today slightly later, but I hope that's okay. Because really, I still had to eat something, so I only just swallowed the last bite. I hope you didn't have to hear that. Got home a little late today, so but now I'm here, and now we can go to Battle Group Omega. I just realized the cooldown has finished. Okay, yeah, so I'm going to keep doing what I've been doing recently, which is playing my Delta recruit. Just to get her to finish all those missions and let me claim stuff. So if you look here, that blinking thing here is the work from yesterday. That means that we finished the Cardassian struggle. Thanks for everyone who came along and played. And so the next goal is Borg Advance. There's not that many things not that many special moments of Borg stuff left. Because essentially all the story beats are sorry, are these three things. That's learn information from a console, locate some technology, and usually that gives you like a little blurb of but sometimes it's just, oh, I didn't know that this race had contact with the Iconians or whatever. And that's pretty much, and that's already in the Breen arc. And what is this? Assimilation is probably still Borg Advance. So that's pretty much all that we can do. So if I click this blinking thing now, it'll actually show me rewards that I can claim. And as you see, that's usually a bunch of marks of some sort. Like sometimes it's, I don't know, when you, yeah, these are, I think, always fleet marks. Right, I think they were always, yeah, it's essentially always roughly the same for each of these arcs. On the other hand, here, for each level that you level up, you get different things. So for example, you got here a starter. At level 50 you actually got a starter of each kind of reputation mark, so that you can start leveling up in reputations. You got 10,000 dilithium that are only suitable for using in reputation leveling. So like you can buy reputation gear using that. Then you get energy credits and expertise, which are also useful in the reputations, because there you need to invest energy credits and expertise to actually be able to level up. And then you got two tech upgrades that are, I think they're essentially, you don't have to use dilithium to actually level up with them. So hey, that's fun. And I think earlier ones were different. Like for example, yeah, earlier ones were like this, where you got equipment, so like a weapons booster pack, or yeah, like space and ground equipment of different kinds. So that you always have very rare gear that you can equip on your ship. Which I guess I didn't really... Did I use that much? Not really. I don't actually know where those went. I guess maybe I claimed ground stuff or something. I don't even remember what I did with these. Maybe I still have those boxes in my bank even. I don't think so, but I should probably go check eventually. Yeah, and once we hit this point, we've collected all the Iconian tech that is there. And then we get a temporal negotiator, which is a device that I can apparently put on my ship for something. And also, if I get all the information, I get a paradox corrector, which is a device that my character can use. I think that's the one where you can trigger it even when you die and essentially revive yourself to a previous state or something like that. Anyway, yeah, there's not that much to do. Yeah, so if you're asking how can I become a Delta recruit, you can't right now. That was something that was special for a few weeks, like a month or something I think is what it was, or maybe several, where any new character you created was a Delta recruit, and you could just level them up like, and you got this extra device and a few tiny extra story bits. You had to completely play the tutorial again though, so if you had already played the tutorial and said skip, it wouldn't work. Well, so our rule now is to report to 4 of 10 on the USS Victory in Gamma Orionis. So I guess I'll do that. If anyone wants to play along, do I have the... Yeah, I have the subtitle on, okay. Although it's kind of hard to read. So let's try to move this a little bit. I guess this is hopefully better, at least for space. I'll have to see. I probably should put it a little more away. Let's put it up here and see if that is sort of okay for ground and space. Although I think most of this will be space now anyway. So yeah, if you want to play along, these missions, these episodes are level 45 or higher. So if you're not level 45, then I'm sorry, you can't really play these missions. On the other hand, if you are level 45 or higher, feel free to send me a team invite or mention your name in the chat, and I'll invite you to the mission. I don't know when exactly, you know, like at the latest, when the next mission starts, you will be able to join in. It might be that you're even getting in a little earlier, depending on like how the map changes happen and things like that. But yeah, if you want to play along, just let me know what your name is, and I'll here in Star Trek Online, and I'll look. Yeah. Let me know, and I'll invite you to the team, and then we can play this together. The thing is, you don't have to be any good at this, really. Because if you're playing those missions as 2 players, usually it gets a lot... it gets a little easier. So just the advantage of being able to be in 2 places at once usually helps already. Why is my... Let me just rearrange the HUD a little bit, because that is kind of weirdly overlapping. So let's give us more room, and that way we can I can also at least use everything even while the chat is up. And I guess I'll have to make the mission tracker smaller again, because it's colliding with my tray. Oh, and while I'm at it, I should probably clean up here as well. Because I realized recently, I'm a little slow I guess, that you don't really need to put all your weapons in the tray in easily reachable spots. I had been aware that you can, if you right click each one, it even says so at least in one of the tutorials, maybe it was the Romulan or the Federation tutorial, I don't remember anymore. It tells you that you can right click a weapon to set it to auto fire, and then when you hit the space key, it will try to trigger all of them, and of course only those that actually face in a direction where the targeted enemy is will actually fire. So, given that I've done this with all my weapons, not just specific weapons, I don't need these anymore, so I can throw them all out. All that will happen is that they won't have a shortcut here, an individual shortcut anymore. But since I can trigger them all with a space key, hey, that's good. And so now I have a lot of free tray space. And now I can see what weapons I want to put in the tray. So, ramming speed, brace for impact, and abandoned ship are things I don't want to trigger accidentally. Which is why they're in this tray, which I usually don't trigger. The shield battery is kind of useful, and the weapons battery as well, so those should be on shortcuts, but you don't use them that often. Fleet support and Nimbus Pirate Distress Call are, you can only use them like, I don't know, once every hour or something like that, or even less. They have a really big cooldown, so I don't really want to trigger those accidentally. So those are here without a shortcut, so that only if I think, oh, I'm dying or something, I need help, I can trigger one of those. Similarly, the advanced quantum slipstream drive, you use that while you're here in sector space, so it's really easy to just push that button and save the shortcut for something that needs it better. Subsystem targeting attack, I guess, is in here. I've never really used those, so I guess I'll have to figure out what they're good for. And, okay, this is just in there to remind me that I have it, and to have it in my inventory. I don't really need to have that. That's just, it gives you the Spock voiceovers when you change between sectors. Which I really like. So let's see, what is missing? Okay, this. I guess I can move this subsystem attack here. Do I have another one? Oh, there is the shield balancing things. Well, I might have room for those. Now let's see if I can... Let's put them in there, and I can always swap them out for something else if I need the space. And that's really all the trays we have. Okay, so... But I think I have more subsystem targeting things, don't I? So I guess I've already unslotted a few because I didn't have the room or something. The biomolecular shield, oh yeah, here, okay. Boarding party 2, brace for impact. Already had that. Oh, the trade freighter similarly is in here because you cannot call it that often, and really you don't need it in combat, so you have a lot of time to just go over there and click. That's kind of my main reason for doing these things. I should probably now move these up and maybe move these 3 to the end. And now move the shield balancing stuff here. And then I think it'll fit, and that's actually a good spot. Oh, come on. 4. Let's see, front and back are probably the most common ones. Oh no, let's put back last and put the sides here. Okay. Something like that sounds good to me. And again, the same, the batteries kind of have a bit of a cooldown, so I don't want to trigger them accidentally, and second, don't have to trigger them so often. So that's why I'm leaving them over there. I have emergency power to weapons here already. I don't think so. Let's see, let's drag that one in. No, that looks nothing like any of the icons I already have. Engineering fleet I have. EPS power transfer, I think. Yeah, I have that. Okay, full impulse is the same as Shift R, so I don't really need that either. Miracle Worker I have. Nadion inversion I have. Phaser Lotus I have. Quantum Singularity Manipulation. Do I have that? Doesn't look like it. Let's see. Oh, looks I don't have it yet. Ramming speed for power to shields. Rotate shield frequency I have. Science team I have. Shield battery I have. Subspace field modulator I have. Tactical mode I have. Tactical team. You may be wondering why I'm futzing around with this so much. But one of the reasons is that Borg will get me killed every time. I'm not really that good at dealing with Borg. Well, I thought I had more subsystem attacks. Where are they? That's a little weird. So there's target auxiliary subsystems. PQRS. Target auxiliary subsystem. Oh, I guess it's a bridge officer power. I didn't even realize. Okay. Some ships have like their own built-in subsystem attacks, I think. Oh yeah, here. Tulutu has it. Okay. So I might wanna swap a few out. I think I'll swap all my tactical powers to places where I can reach them more easily. Okay, evasive maneuvers I'll leave here just because I've gotten so used to have it on Alt 7. Tactical team sounds good as well. Automatic shield distribution. So maybe put that there. Or maybe, I think I'll leave the boarding party up there. And I guess I'll leave the rest here as well for now, and I'll see how it plays. And then I can always rearrange some stuff. Hi Jesscool. Nice to see you here. You're asking where you can get a new officer for your ship. Well, it depends. Do you, did you like get one as a reward, or are you trying to get one in addition to the ones that you were rewarded? Because if you got one as a reward, then again it's just either you have one in your inventory. It will look something like this. You can actually see like what kind of it is with a pop-up. Or it can be that here under stations in your status window, you might have candidates, which sometimes when you get them rewarded, they show up in here. Again, if you mouse over, you get info, and then you can just click one and commission it or her. And then they end up here in the slot. So if you already got one rewarded and it's not in those two places, check if maybe your bridge officer is there. If that's not what you meant, if you meant actually like buying a new one, you can... Oh, there's different spots. Like, in some spots, you can find, like, I think it's on the current map, but you might want to Google for that. Sometimes there is a mission somewhere here. I'll have to remember. Maybe there is one right now. I think it might be on under operations. Oh, by the way, let's do this one just quickly. So sometimes there is among your duty, your bridge officer. You meant bridge officers, right? Because there's also duty officers. Duty officers are the ones that you use for here and for crafting. Yeah, you might... If your ship has only ensign slots, then you probably... Yeah, it's just wait, and eventually when you get a bigger ship, you'll be able to use more of their skills. You might have to promote them, though. Like, if you see... Yeah, anyway, so there are duty officer missions that you can use to get bridge officers. Like, there's something like evaluate Cation bridge officer application or something like that is what they're called. So you'll just have to check. If you look on Gamepedia is the name of the website. I think gamepedia.com, but maybe just Google the name and then you'll find it. They actually have lists like, okay, fly to this sector to get this kind of officer. Alternately, you can also get them... Well, for one, of course, you could get special ones. Where is it? Personnel here. On the Zen store, if you have the amount of Zen that is needed. Like, usually the bridge officer is 500 Zen, so about $5. But that's only like a single one. So that means if you buy one of those officers, then you will have them on this character, and you cannot unlock a second one on another character. That you have to keep in mind. But really, you shouldn't have to buy from the Zen store. Some of the Zen store are a little better, but yeah, yeah. Otherwise, I think you can go into... I think there's also a spot on Earth's space talk, but I'm not sure really. But really, sorry. The question is why why at this early point would you even need a new bridge officer? So it's kind of unusual. So you know, like you can probably wait with buying, like explicitly going out and buying bridge officers for a little while. Because you will get a new one like every couple times you rank up. It will sometimes say bridge officer award here, like at level 45. I got one, and so you will always they will always give you enough bridge officers for your ship usually. You just have to make sure that you claim the right kind, I guess. But and I think at the very beginning you will first have more more slots on your ship than bridge officers, and they will all be ensign. That's fine. You cannot have, by the way, like even like every bridge officer really has 4 powers space and 4 powers ground abilities. I always call them powers, kind of like with superheroes. Um, and you can only use them if you rank them up. So that's when you go into your, not the journal, into your screen here and go to one officer. You can see here career options, promote. Don't click discharge because that means like delete the officer. Which, by the way, in general, probably don't want to do this until you've leveled up a lot and until all your slots are full. And even then, I don't know, like, because you can have candidates waiting, so just keep them waiting or something. But wait a little bit until you're more comfortable with the game. Like, if you've tried all the other stuff, then you can go and try to optimize your officer. But if you yeah, so I think I've promoted all my officers already, so you won't see much. But then your officers, like, you will be able to use all those in a ship slot that has that many slots. But of course, if your ship only has one, then you won't be able to use any of the later powers. And also, only certain powers can be in certain slots. So if you somehow feel, oh, I badly need this one power, this one ability, like, oh, I don't have science team on any of my science officers, which I think usually the first officers they give you, they all have like the most important powers. But what you can probably do is buy a manual somewhere and train that character that, but that shouldn't really be needed. And but if you see a grayed out slot on the left side, then you forgot to activate one bridge officer. I don't know how you would activate a bridge officer. I mean, I have lots of officers and some I don't use right now. I mean, you, like here on the stations, you want all of the stations filled if you can. Like with any officers, just because when you beam down, you want all your officers. And early on, they will actually show, like here, like Ulan or security escort or something. Here, security instead. So you can get like a generic security officer that just will beam down. But those are not very high powered, so you don't really want to do that. Now I should have paid attention who used to be in that spot. Let's see, has to have been a science, I guess. I think. What are these abilities? Electromagnetic field, vascular, radiation. Well, let's try this. Can't hurt. Anyway, so yeah, I wouldn't think as early as you are there, just cool. Generally, you can. Just cool. I don't think you need to get any new officers right now, unless you have a science slot on your ship and you kept choosing the tactical officers and now don't have any science officer to put in that slot. But this early on, I think you only get the standard officers, so like Elisa Flores and then the Bolian and the Vulcan, and I think that's it. What you get in the beginning for the first ship, so you shouldn't really have a problem. Yeah, just cool. The general rule of thumb, it might not be exact, but the general rule of thumb for Zen to real money is that Zen are cents. So 4,200 Zen would be $42. Um, so as a rough guideline. Of course, you could also play and get dilithium. Then you have to take it by what is it right now? 235. That's how much dilithium you need. So, like, I think one episode playthrough gives you about 500. So that would be roughly like 2 Zen per mission if you trade it in. If you look here, 233, it's actually gotten a little cheaper in the last couple days. Okay, so yeah, and bridge officers can't go back to waiting. You can, once you've put them on the wait list, they're, I think, bound to you. And that's kind of the, sometimes they are bound even before, but really only if you have them in your inventory, I think, then you can trade them. So the usual ones, like the ones you get from the game, are usually bound to you anyway, so you cannot trade them anyway. And usually those they will just show up and you'll have the choice, either make them current or put them on the waiting list. And I don't think you can actually take one from the waiting list and put them back in your inventory or something. No, I think you can only you can create a manual from one of their powers. So if you click create manual, you can pick one of those powers, and then you get a manual, but the bridge officer goes away again. But really also just cool that early on would probably not be useful. Or you can commission them. And dismiss means delete, so generally you don't really want to do that. So yeah. You can also craft manuals. So here in the R&D, there is usually officer training down here. But the thing is, you can only craft... So usually you can only craft abilities that fit your class. So if you are a engineering officer, you can only engineer engineering abilities. But those you can engineer if you have the right stuff. So usually I think you just need to engineer a pad, and then with that you can build that ability. And a pad needs a few crafting materials and 200 dilithium and 2,000 energy credits, 2,500, something like that. So that's how you would craft. You see here that there are 3 science abilities actually here. That's because some missions will reward you with abilities, and will also reward you with the ability to craft manuals for these abilities. So that's kind of useful. Although, as you see, they cost extra, these abilities. So like 10,000 energy credits for level 3 destabilizing resonance beam. And you get like 1 of each when you get rewarded. So I got destabilizing resonance beam 1, 2, and 3 as like manuals from that mission, and the ability to craft more. But of course I don't want to throw them away because it would cost me to make them again, because I have to make the pad and then spend another 10,000 energy credits to get the power again, in the worst case. But anyway, yes, you can craft manuals, but it's a bit limited. So sometimes, I mean, that's one thing that you could do is you can craft them and sell them, and then maybe for the for what you earn from crafting certain manuals, you can buy other manuals that work. And by the way, that's what you also can do. You can go to Earth Space Dock. I think it's under Admiral Quinn. Yes, yes. So if you go to Admiral Quinn and then go downstairs on that side, there is the whole bridge officer and duty officer area where these people will... I'm not sure if you can get bridge officers from those, but I mean, it's worth a try. And anyway, there you can also buy training materials, if I remember correctly. And as to buying Zen, yes, you can buy Zen. You have to do that on the Cryptic website. So if you go to, was it artgames.com, Star Trek Online, click Star Trek Online there, the website where you downloaded the game. There they have like a little shop where you can go and say, I want 500 Zen or something. They only sell certain amounts, by the way. And then they will create Zen for you. So like you will get Zen for in the game. And the thing is, you can buy Zen for, I think, like several games that Perfect World make. But I think they kind of get locked to one game once you start using them or something like that. I think you have to, like... I don't remember. But yeah, that's essentially how you would do it. You would go to their website and buy it, or you can also buy it off Steam. Now here's one thing. They often have like special rebate weeks where you get like, you know, like 20% more Zen when you buy Zen right now. And I think they have one going on right now. Or maybe not. Well, anyway, they at least... I guess it's not listed here because it's not really in-game. But look on their website. Sometimes they announce, oh, there will be one next week or something. And then you can get a little bit more for your money. That's also an option. Of course, if you need the Zen right now, then you need the Zen right now. Yeah, so that's what it does. If you buy them off of Steam, usually in the rebate weeks, you don't quite get as good a deal because, of course, you know, like Steam wants to be paid for selling stuff to you as well. So when you buy on the ARC website, you get they get a lot more of the money because the chunk that Steam would pay would be paid goes to them as well. So that's usually why if you buy it from them, they can give you a better deal. But I've had problems with them rejecting my credit card, so and they couldn't tell me why they rejected it, why it didn't work. So yeah, try it, but if it doesn't work, Steam might be a resort. I think what I did back then was I paid my lifetime membership with PayPal or something like that. It was my opportunity to finally empty out my PayPal account and close it. But yeah, I mean, if you want certain bridge officer abilities, you can craft manuals, but the thing is, if you only have like one slot, like here the shuttle only has ensign slots. So if I wanted to have something else than tachyon beam, I would have to train like one of my officers so I could see, okay, Tyrell has tachyon beam. Oh, none. No, I don't want to do none. Topono has Science Team, and Nilnaxil has Tractor Beam 1. So that's all the abilities that I have available. Now what I could do is go to my Science Officers here, under Skills, and get a manual, and train any of these ensign abilities. But it's no use training any of the later abilities, of course, because you can only take an ability that you can put in the first slot. And these are all the abilities that you can put in the first slot in space. So if your ship only has one slot, then, you know. But, I mean, the most important powers are really the ones that the standard characters give you. Like, you see, in my shuttle, I have Tyrell, which is the Vulcan that you get in the beginning. I think it's even the same name. I don't think I renamed her. Her tachyon beam power is what I slotted here. And also the torpedo high yield, Elisa Flores has that power as well. So it's like, usually they give you the most sensible powers. So unless you actually don't have enough officers, you should be fine. Of course, if you just want to get a new bridge officer because you want, like a more interesting looking alien or something like that to run around with you, sure, you can buy that. But honestly, I would say just play the game to level, like 40 or 50 first. You get so many different, like even to level 60 actually. I recently got on the other one, so for example, Nell and Exil is a Voth bridge officer that you get from the this is how he looks like. You can't change his costume or his name, by the way, but I mean, he's a Voth, so it's cool. You get him when you've leveled up the reputation for the Dyson Sphere Delta Command thing. What's it called? Dyson Joint Command. So once you hit level 5 in that, you will actually get a mission where you get him as a reward. Also, in the... what was the other one? Oh yeah, the Jem'Hadar you get from one of the... is it like Installation 2048 or something like that? One of the... I think it's one of the Cardassian missions, or maybe even earlier. So, and those are good ones. As you see, they're very rare, so it's... they're quite nice officers. So, and I mean, the ones you get in the beginning, most of them are uncommon. So, and a few rare ones. I don't know where I got those. I think that was duty officers. It could be that there's... I don't remember if it's bridge officers or duty officers. But you can go to... I think it's duty officers, actually. In Starfleet Academy, there are some people standing around in the quad, in the park, to who you can go and say, hey, start this duty officer mission, and then you will get out... I think it's a new duty officer, but there's also bridge officers that you can get. So you don't really have to buy them yet. Oh hell, let's see, how far away are we? Battle Group Omega, Sol System. Okay, let's just go to the Sol System, quick transwarp. I'll have to fly back, but hey. And check out what those spots were. Because anyway, it's useful to be able to request, even if it's just duty officers. And by the way, the equivalent to Starfleet Academy is, of course, you can go to the Klingon Academy as well. um, to get the equivalent duty officers. So where are we? Yeah, here for instance, this is the Vulcan one. Vulcan personal officer. And the Vulcan, yeah, that's duty officers, I think. Yeah, special duty officer. So if you need some duty officers, that's some place where you can try. Try to keep track a little. If I think it's yeah, it's very rare. So if you keep track of which other officers you've claimed or something, and which ones you don't need that many of, it helps you because later you have, I think, 100 slots for duty officers. So once you've hit that many, you will have to either throw them out, or you can also buy a few extensions on the Zen store. Here you can buy duty officer roster slots, so you can go up to 500. But I mean that is $7, you know. Or you can just add 25 for $2. But of course that means if you buy 4 of these, you come out higher than these. Because that's already 800, 900 then. Yeah, it pays to kind of remember what officers you had and what officers you bought so that you can go, okay, the standard complement should be these, so I have a very rare of this kind, so I can delete the common one or whatever, you know. Discharge them. There's a few more, like some back here next to that Starfleet building where the captain is. There's 2 more, the, what is it, Human and Tellarite or something like that? Where you can go and get them. And also at a certain point, I don't remember when, you get a, oh, Tellarite and Andorian, yeah, personal officers are here. At a certain point, you get an enemy faction bridge officer. So that's like if you're Federation, you get a Klingon, or if you're Klingon, you get a Federation. I think it was an Andorian in my case, bridge officer. So you know that's if you look here, no, what was it? Oh, I didn't get that on this one yet, I think. Yeah, okay. On the other one I have a Klingon. Bridge officer. Or maybe maybe it's the candidate. And Klingon, yeah, I have a Klingon science officer that I got. And I think on the other one, on the Klingon one, I actually have a, oh well, the Klingon aligned Romulan. I actually have a officer. Novakatsu, yeah, that's a good point. I should probably get started playing the game. There was just so many questions that I thought, hey, let's answer some questions. But so you can actually yeah, you will actually get a lot of bridge officers, just cool. I don't think you have to actually get them get any right now. It's too early. Wait until you're 50 level. Usually if you just hit J chess cool, there is the episodes list. And, I mean, usually they should just automatically pop up. But once you've done, like, the early episodes, you should be, I don't know, should see them somewhere here. Just scroll through the list here that you get in your journal, your mission journal, which comes up when you push J. And once you've played all of those, you can go to the next section and there should be more. Some of them require that you're a certain level, so if you don't meet the level requirement, then just... okay, we're done. Okay, it's already on cooldown. So if you don't meet the level requirement, then you'll have to do some other things around the game until you've leveled up, so like run around on... Well, I guess New Romulus is too early for you, but like replay some missions or do duty officer missions, which also give you experience that you and skill points that can let you level up. Okay, so let's go and do the Borgish stuff. Hey, it's a good excuse for me to say, hey, I need to really... Yeah, okay, so this is Omega. So this is not really a mission yet, this is just... Hail USS Victory. Oops. Okay, so, I guess I'll just say ready for duty. So this is kind of a space version of a starbase. So you get, you know, like, the battle group is flying around, and the different friendly ships are like, there's a bank ship, there's a mail ship, and all that, you know, so you can just go there. It's good to know when you're in the galaxy map here, when you're somewhere up here where Battle Group Omega is, so if I zoom in here, in the Noro sector, Battle Group Omega, then that's probably the closest place you have with a bank. So there's New Romulus with a bank and an exchange, there's Battle Group Omega, there is Starbase Sierra, Starbase 39, there's Earth Space Dock, Ryza has a few, and of course your fleet starbase might be if your fleet is high enough. Not sure if Nukara has one. But yeah, so there's many places you can go to. Or you use your trade freighter call button and do that. Okay, I'm ready for duty. That is good, there's much to be done. Once you've settled in, contact me, Lieutenant Corbo, or Captain Devak for further instructions. We can be reached remotely or by hailing the Victory directly. Okay. Oh yeah, and there's a vendor as well where you can buy like kits and weapons. Just in case you want to, for dilithium. Okay, what are we supposed to do now? I think that's it. Okay, now the next mission came. So that's by the way what should usually be happening for you, is that after you've done a mission, there should be a short moment, and then the next mission should automatically pop up. Unless you've like screwed with your settings, that should really be automatic. I think it's in the settings somewhere, something like auto hail next mission or something like that. So okay, where angels fear to tread. Objective: I need a capable ship and crew to check on reports of Borg activity in the Burgess system. The Edom is more than up to the task, and I know you have previous experience with the Collective. There's no better officer for this task. Stay alert, there have been reports of other ships in that region, including Tal Shiar vessels. The Burgess system is well out of Romulan space. I'd like to know what their purpose is out there. Investigate reports of Borg activity in the Burgess system, which is located in the Beta Quadrant. And I'll get a shield, okay, and a bit of dilithium, and... okay. So then we can go out of here again. There's not really much in this battle group Omega, it's just this one spot in space where these ships are flying around. By the way, vessel is probably the hardest word I've had to pronounce on this game in general. Like petak or something, I can say that, no problem, but vessel? I always want to go all Chekhov and say vessel. Okay, we're supposed to go to... Let's make this primary again. Always so annoying that it picks the other missions. Burger system. Like hamburger, I should remember that. Okay, just a little bit of flying around. Well, it seems that it's really, really close, or it was just flying around the battle group, I guess. It's cute that they now, with the big sector space, they actually made the battle group Omega a bunch of little ships. Well, or rather, really large ships, I guess, compared, but hey. Oh, that's the vault again. No, I did you. I don't want to do that shuttle mission again. I don't want to do any shuttle mission again. Well, I'll have to, but yeah, I don't know, I just thought I'll make this my pink hot rod. Because I have, you know, like, this is the veterans ship. And because I did not because I've only been with Star Trek Online for a year, so that's 300-day veterans rewards, and I think 1,000 days is when you get the spaceships. So of course it's impossible, and I haven't had a subscription. So I bought the lifetime membership, and that immediately gives you all the veterans rewards, including the 1,000-day stuff. And so I have the same 3 ships on all my characters, and so it seemed to be kind of sensible to use different colors to kind of remind me which ship I'm flying right now and things like that. Also, I mean, you know, purple is a nice color, or pinkish, or whatever it is. Okay, let's begin where angels fear to tread. We begin where angels fear to tread. Other people end there, like angels. They don't tread there.
This is Commander Talus of the Romulan Star Empire vessel RNA. We are under attack by Borg scout squadrons. This is a formal request for assistance from any ship receiving this message. Do not abandon us.
Is that the Irish voice actress again? They all sound like the one Irish one. Okay, well, we'll assist. Okay. And Arena, is that like RNA? Oops, that was the wrong button. So used to having everything on these buttons. Okay, let's... Come on. Okay, now... Okay, I changed all my key bindings right when I started this stream, so I'll be a little more stupid than usual. Yes, those are Borg probes. Kind of tiny little probes. The RNA seems to be slightly leaky. Are there more ships? No.
You have compromised the integrity of the collective. Prepare to be assimilated. Resistance is futile.
Okay, so I guess the cube wants to be shot as well. Ah, I totally forgot. Well, I guess that's fair now. I've actually already leveled up, I think, the Omega reputation, for which this mission kind of is. So, I could actually have activated all my anti-Borg powers, but I don't think I have them on right now. Like the traits that the character has. I should probably not be sitting around. This cube seems to be not doing much, so that's good. I think that's because it's an early level, you know, and they just want you to... Why my mine's not attacking the cube, though? It's kind of chicken of them. My inventory is full again. Why didn't I remember? Okay, let's do some inventory management. It's not as if I haven't bored people to death in the last couple of days keeping to do this. I really have to, like, after I sign off, I'll have to keep in mind. He doesn't have body armor. That's a little silly. I should probably do something about that. Okay. Yeah, so that cube was a little easy to do.
To any ship in range, this is the IRW RNA. My ship has been attacked and disabled by the Borg. My crew are being assimilated. The self-destruct is offline. I have retreated with my surviving officers to the main science lab. If you can hear this, I formally request assistance. If there is no one who can respond to this message, then may we die with honor.
You can trust me, Nova Katsu, when I tell you that usually the cube would give me trouble. So I think it's this cube, it's not my ship. You'll probably see me dying spectacularly in some later missions.
Coming to our assistance. Borg drones have beamed aboard the RNA and are attempting to assimilate my crew. Several of us have barricaded ourselves in the science lab. We need your assistance to prevent our ship from being assimilated and to save the rest of the crew.
Stay put, we're on our way. Okay. So let's see. No moving targets here right now. Oh, do we have the little play thingies? Yes. Okay. No, you two don't. You don't. So let's see who has Zarva has hogged that one. Okay. Oh no, but Zarva needs one too. Tulutu Tipono, Eliza Flores, and Zarva. So who has the last anti-Borg rotatey thingy? Terrell, okay. I guess Terrell was probably the ground officer I switched out. Eh. I hate that. Usually when you drag and drop and you go on another window, that window comes to front, but I guess not in this case. Well, not in this game. Okay, so now we all have... do I have it? Frequency remodulation, okay. Now we should be able to...
The Borg have the ability to adapt to energy weapons. In order to use energy weapons effectively against them, equip yourself and your bridge officers with frequency remodulators. There is a supply of them not far from your current position.
Understood. Okay, yeah, that's what I just did. I equipped frequency remodulators. So I already had them. But I could collect them here. So if you're playing this mission alone, don't worry. They've got your back. Yeah, the game is pretty good, pretty faithful to the old show, you know. So, I mean, if you're coming from the Abrams movies, it'll not quite match, but hey, it's a Star Trek game. Do I have to grab these frequency remodulators just for the door to work? No, I don't, right? That would be kind of silly. Oh, yes I do. Oops. Ran into Borg. Well, assimilated. Oops. You don't have to target in this game, so you can if you want to. Though you can if you want to. Well, yeah, of course, because I have... Why would I have... want these? They don't even stack. Okay. Collective static grenade. That's actually a fun device to use. It's just a grenade that you can throw. Oh, okay, those are real ones. Those are the assimilated ones. Let's just get my drone to help us shoot as well, but yeah, this is not really... These are just... Oh, finally, heavy tactical drone. And he's adapted. So, if this adapted thing pops up over one of them... You see, these are kind of easy to do. But if that pops up, then you trigger frequency remodulation. It's like a counter, essentially, that you have, and after a certain number of shots, depending on also what drones you fight against,
The Borg have locked down the passage ahead. Use the console in sickbay to override the security protocols.
I guess that must be sickbay. Yeah, so it's a counter kind of, and like depending on what drones you shoot at and how good they are at adapting, you will eventually get this counter will be increased randomly, sort of, and once it hits a certain number, you get this adapted. So just keep that in mind. That if you see adapted, then you have to rotate your frequency modulation, just like it would be in the game. Oh, and now she's adapted. See, that's harder. Ooh, and I'm not doing too well. What direction am I walking in? I don't want to be assimilated. No. Okay, so adapted again. See, this is how Borg work. Really annoying. In general, by the way, if you have a weapon that fires few shots that are strong, prefer that for Borg. Immunosupport injector, that's always good. I should probably equip that one. So I just grabbed it's a Borg specific hypo essentially. And I don't really need my fly thing. Okay. So let's see where the console is. Over there. They've assimilated a lot of people. Lots of people. I thought they were going to turn us into drones. Uh-oh. Talk to prisoner.
Thank you so much for saving us. The Tal Shiar were using us as test subjects in their experiments with Borg technology. Only a few of us survived their investigations. I know that they'll do anything to preserve their empire. And I've seen with my own eyes what they and the Ilachi did to the outlying colonies. But I didn't think they would be this cruel to their own people.
Don't worry, you're safe now. So the Romulan Republic is kind of the peaceful... This is about 40 years after the last Star Trek series. And so, there's the Republic, the Romulan Republic, which are...
The Borg have disabled the force fields guarding the science lab. We managed to fend off the first wave, but we need your help. Get to the lab and stop the remaining drones.
Okay, moving there now. Anyway, so, the Borg have... I'll just collect this crafting material while I talk. so the Romulans are kind of, there's still the Tal Shiar, which is like their secret service, their kind of illegal-ish CIA thing. And there's also the Romulan Republic, which is like a more, let's say, democratic version. Okay, we can't walk that way. Not that way. Ah, but that way. Okay, another infected drone. So if they adapt to you, it just takes a lot more shots for you to get them. So that's why you kind of want to change. In general, the best way to get Borg, by the way, is kinetic damage. So I guess this is probably a better idea. It might not be quite the might not be quite in style with me being a Federation character, but hey, you know, everyone occasionally finds a Klingon weapon. Okay. So I'll just quickly clean up a little bit in the inventory. So I can grab some of the things that just dropped. Another lockbox. Who wants lockboxes? That was not a question. That was more... Armor would be nice for that poor Jemadar. So, okay. Let's put that, give that to my Jemadar. Where is he? Here. At least you have an armor. Be happy. And a better shield. That will save me room as well. So yeah, I should have cleared out my inventory before I started this mission. So collective static grenades are grenades that kind of confuse Borg. So they're kind of useful, but yeah. Let's see what's going on here. Nothing. Little crafting material. I'll collect that. Melee combat is limited. So, like, there are melee weapons, and there are some, like, as I did now, you know, you can grab a melee weapon and fight the Borg, but of course that means you're closer to them and they can infect you easier as well. But yeah, in general you can melee combat if you want, it's just you don't have that many opportunities. So there's many situations like Borg where you kind of, where it would be kind of dangerous. Okay, that's the spot we couldn't get through. Okay. Then I guess this is where we want to be. Oh yeah, there's the green marker on the... Just paid attention to my minimap, I should have.
Borg drones incoming. Destroy them before they reach the research equipment.
Let's give them a little turret that shoots at them. I'm an engineer, so I can put up turrets and other things. As you see, you can kind of target someone and you don't really have to aim. But there is a shooter mode which you can use. Okay, I think I'll just go there and it depends on like what buttons you push. To control, I think I should get out of here for a second. Okay. Yeah, so at least you'll have a realistic fight here, because let's see. Ooh, no. No one materialized behind me. I think the counter, by the way, is also per weapon type. So, since there's two of us using plasma here, that means they'll adapt much more quickly. No, I actually know that the counter is per weapon type. Do something to my shields. I think this guy should have an orbital strike on him. Come on. Okay, that helped a little. But not a lot, I think. Because there's too many of them. Turret. And refrequence. Before he's close. What the hell? Another hurricane turret, maybe? I think cold damage is kind of something they can do nothing against, if I remember correctly. Again? Maybe I need to heal myself. Come on. Okay, I think we've got them. Though it's a little stormy.
Scanners show no further Borg presence aboard. Thank you for your aid, but I must ask you to return to your ship at once. Our research here is critical to the survival of the Romulan Star Empire, and I cannot share these secrets, even with our rescuers.
What exactly are you trying to hide? Okay. Why is my inventory always so full? Can someone tell me? Okay, these stack. Okay, let's just stick, let's see, this one in there. Can't give that to one of my officers. You just get drunk, fine with me. As long as it's not the Vulcans being drunk, it's okay. Didn't someone have... You have these. Okay. At least a little more room again. You don't really have to pick up the stuff that drops, but of course it's kind of useful. One more. And we can scan the strange device that is here, which is part of the mission. Okay. Oh, there's one more green item. No, the other one. Oh, inventory full again. Okay, let's see. I don't really need a science kit, so let's just recycle that. Oh, and that we don't really need either. Okay, let's just grab this one and then look around for what else we can scan. Oh, over there. So usually your inventory would not be full, and then you'll probably know what they're doing.
We are studying salvaged Borg devices. Bear in mind that this technology is now the sovereign property of the Romulan Star Empire. My engineers tell me that our engines are online, so your further presence aboard my ship is neither necessary nor desirable. For your own safety, I advise you to leave and to forget what you have seen here.
Okay, I guess we'll beam back to the ship then. We'll leave you some loot.
Long-range sensors show a Borg squadron approaching at speed. Essential repairs to our singularity drive are almost complete. If If you can occupy the Borg and give us the time we need, I will overlook your intrusion on our classified research.
We'll be taking that Borg technology with us. Energized
How
transporters.
dare you take advantage of my ship's vulnerability, but you cannot escape the wrath of the Tal Shiar. Do not think that your actions today will go unpunished. We will find you, and when we do, you will return what you have taken with interest.
And there's a sphere, I guess. And my shields are gone. That's how Borg attacks usually go. Just in case you were wondering. And spheres are the smaller ones, so that cube was so easy was just to kind of get me interested, I guess. You know, they want you to play Borg missions. They make their money with them. Let's see if I can do something. So I just activated, what is it, hazard emitters, which kind of gives me more damage resistance and things like that. I've sorted the powers a little by what can be helpful. Oh, and they're doing another beam. Okay, so now I'm slightly invisible. Don't ask me how that works and why that doesn't violate a few contracts, but oops, my ship is not doing too well. So that should be a little bit of a heal at least. We're wearing down the sphere, so if we could just keep from exploding until this thing explodes, we're good. Emergency power to shields. And now it says survive the Borg Armada. Great!
Finally, Singularity Drive is online. Our scanners show more ships approaching. I hope you enjoy the spoils of your theft. Enjoy defending them from the Borg, that is. We are responding to a distress call from an IRW RNA. Normally we wouldn't provide assistance to the Tal Shiar, but the Borg are a threat to all of us. However, you appear to have things well in hand. Do you require assistance?
So that's a Republic ship now. Yes, Commander, any assistance you can provide would be helpful. And a cube, and this one is probably a real one. Yeah, it feels like it already is. Yeah, if you play Romulan or Klingon, then you actually get to use a cloaking device. Turn on tactical mode, maybe that helps something. And let's see, shield battery, shift 2. Yes. There's a torpedo, maybe shoot at that. It was too late. Oh, I think we're about to blow up. So yeah, that's how a Borg cube usually goes, just in case you were wondering. I hope we at least caused a little bit of damage with our explosion. Don't tell me the Romulan just got blown up. I actually want to shoot this one because you're already down a few shields. Oh no, I think we still have allies. Good. Still have to remember that I changed my keyboard commands. Just if my shields at least stayed up, you know, then maybe fighting Borg would be possible, but... and I'm already in focus on your shields war. Oh, right. I forgot, I can rotate my shield frequency. I'm an engineer, so at least that will help. Okay. I don't think that was me, but I'll take everything I can get. I think at this point they kind of make the game a little easier by building in like timers. I guess we have to blow up this one as well. Oh, this should probably... oh yeah, already. Evasive maneuvers, yes. At least that's working, and oh yeah, now we're out of this beam. The tractor beam is really horrible. Let's use our phaser lotus and hopefully cause some more damage. Yeah, the Borg tractor beam is really annoying for the simple reason that oh, we're already about to blow up again. Ah, right, I forgot I have my nice Undine shield heal bubble. But, how can I get out of this tractor beam? Okay. The shield heal bubble is really useful, but if they're wearing down your hull, I guess, yes, we are Omov Borg, exactly. Yeah, so if you're playing Romulan is kind of the coolest cloak because they, for one thing, they have a singularity, which is a lot better. Oh, my shield heal bubble is still there, so let's try to take advantage of that at least. Not going well. As you see, I think I'll probably be causing more damage with my with me exploding than I will by actually causing damage. Let's try to go for some more cannon and torpedoes. Get out of this tractor beam, come on. Okay. What? Come on, where are you flying? Other direction. I said turn right. Oh, miracle worker and emergency power to shields maybe. Too well. Phaser Lotus maybe. Another. This one should heal me a little bit as well. Go back in my torpedo. I don't want the torpedo. Yeah, now. Okay. How come I couldn't target that one? Okay, got it. So maybe. Oh. So yeah, that's how you work alone against a Borg ship, just in case you were wondering. And that's because I was mucking about with the one Borg cube instead of helping the Romulan ship as well. So that's always, if you have... It's a good reminder, you know, if you're flying... If you have another helper, always help them. Don't go away and shoot your arm. But I was actually thinking they were just on the other side, but... They were on the second cube, so let's see if my hazard emitters help. Oh, and this one, and the Phaser Lotus again, as long as we can do it. do my science team. Maybe they can do something against heavy plasma torpedo. Boom, boom, boom. Oh well, at least my explosion damage blew up the cube. So yeah, that's what happens when you go against the Borg. Unprepared.
How dare you try to escape with the property of the Romulan Star Empire? Lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
Not a chance. Okay. So another Romulan. Oh, and I should have maybe waited a little. Let's see. Because my crew is not yet at full health. That's what I was saying. Oh, don't tell me you're going to... Yes! No! At least my ship is robust enough to survive this. That's a trick that this kind of Romulan ship always does. Miracle Worker to heal. Okay. It always tries to get you in its tractor beam and then shoots a barrage of torpedoes. Let's send a boarding party their way and maybe do the whole I'm slightly invisible thing again. Try to shoot them more from the side and don't forget to use our tactical powers. And of course we have mines, which I found like is the, I don't know, for me that seems to be the best way to get this kind of ship, so I'm glad that I left the mines on this ship. On the others I've replaced it with beams. Because like you can be flying away and on the, like your backwards mine launcher is launching mines at them and they're taking damage while you're getting out of the way. Okay, I got them. And the Romulan ships always blow up so nicely. Oh yeah, and explosions cause damage. Just in case you were wondering. What am I... Is there anything in here that I can actually put on a ship or something? See, that's level 2. I don't need that anymore. Okay, so I guess we're done and we can depart the system. Good. Oh, by the way, one thing you can do, it's the boring thing again, but if you hit the V key, you will be pointed at harvest nodes, which are spots where you get crafting materials for free. That's why I was like scanning all the weird... The Deridex, yeah, thank you, I forgot the name. Did I call it something weird, or did I just say, oh, I don't have the name? Okay, now we can... Or is there another one? Oh, there's another one. It's over there. Okay. Yeah. So that's the Deridex favorite trick, and usually the only way to survive them, or at least the one that worked best for me in the early levels. There's one where there is like one little hole in a force field you have to go through, and there's a Deridex sitting right next to it and attacking you, and it just kept blowing me up. And really the only way I figured out was equip a mine launcher here as an aft weapon, and then that way I could like just whittle away at it, and while I was flying away it would be distracted by the mines, and also the mines will go towards other projectiles, so if it shot its torpedoes, some of the mines would intercept the torpedoes and I wouldn't quite take as much damage. So that's really useful. Another way is also to use the torpedo spread ability here that I've been using on the Borg cube to answer their torpedo spread with one of yours, and that way the torpedoes will mostly cancel each other out. Okay. So, let's call in this mission. Borg and the Tal Shiar. I can't think of a worse combination. We know the Tal Shiar had an interest in Borg technology, but I thought Starfleet and the Republic had put a stop to their research. Now we know that they are still working with stolen collective tech. We will have to be vigilant. Thank you, Admiral. This won't be your last encounter with the Borg, but I know you're ready for whatever comes next. So what's the difference? This one can do... They're both the same capacity. Oh, this one takes anti-proton and this one takes plasma damage. So I'll take the plasma, I guess. And then we can do a Gathering Darkness. Admiral, what do you know about the Borg nanovirus? The Borg aren't just assimilating individuals anymore. They found a way to assimilate entire areas. They infect the technology, the water, the flora, even the air. After that, it's only a matter of time until the entire planet is Borg. If this process is allowed to continue unchecked, they'll assimilate the entire sector. And from there, they could assimilate the entire Federation. Starfleet had a team working on a counter-agent on Kashyyyk 4. We lost contact with them, and with the entire planet. We fear that the nanovirus escaped confinement and infected the planet. We need that team and the data they have collected. Our defense plans are useless without them. I'm sending the USS Edom to the Kashyyyk system. Find the researchers and bring them back. Okay. I don't need to tell you how dangerous this is, Admiral. Watch your back, and good luck. Okay, so let's just quickly see what shields our ship has right now. Oh, the shields are the ones that are really good. So I don't even need to equip that, I guess. 6504, yeah. Okay, at least I'm... Oh, I guess I could cheat now. And activate my Borg abilities. Yeah, I guess I'll do that just so I don't blow up quite as much. So that's usually something that I say cheating because that's usually something you wouldn't usually have to level up your Omega reputation, which is kind of what you get from anti-Borg missions and from a anti-Borg battle zone. But I've actually leveled up this character pretty well because you could get reputation marks from another mission a while ago, and I played that a lot. So let's see, Omega, kinetic shearing, hull repairing nanites. What other Omega stuff do we have? Chance to deal shield penetrating kinetic damage, we definitely want that one. And superior shield repair, okay. So we're now fully anti-Borg, and ground, I guess we have abilities as well. So let's do those as well. Where's the other one? Medical nanites. And Omega weapon proficiency. Okay, so that should make it slightly easier for me to get through this. So yeah, it will be a little harder for you, I guess, and I'll probably die often enough already. But hey. And I mean, I also have certain other reputation traits already that you might not have. You don't have to, like there's several reputations, so it's totally possible that you level up another reputation first somewhere and then do the Borg missions or something, but usually you don't even get to level 54. You know, like this character has been kind of like, I've mostly played this character when they had bonus, like by coincidence, when they had bonus weeks for leveling up, so it was kind of, it's a little higher level than it should be at this point, which you can see if you go at the mission list and actually see that those missions are 45 and I'm 54. So I'm 9 levels higher than I should be for these missions. Although, I mean, that's the minimum. Okay, Gathering Darkness, that one. Make it primary and go to Omicron Kappa. Okay, so M for a map. Scroll down somewhere. T. No. Oh, here. Omicron Kappa. Okay. So let's fly over there. Yeah, so these, I don't know, my guess is that there's probably a trick to fighting Borg that I haven't gotten yet. So there might just be something like some bridge officer ability that I just don't know counters this shield steal that the Borg do or something. Then and probably if I did that, whatever it is, those missions wouldn't be so hard on me, and I wouldn't need like the reputation from afterwards. We'll see. Maybe someone in the chat knows it and wants to make suggestions. I don't know. Okay, there's an emergency signal, so engage the Borg patrols in orbit. See, it's like one of them got their ray at me, and that's already... Let's see if science team helps anything, but the ship doesn't really seem to be doing too well. And these are just peanuts. Or probes, whatever you want to call them. They look like peanuts to me, so... sorry, okay, maybe let's switch to tactical mode, which might help a little. So the main powers I'm using are the ones in the lower left of my tray. You see it because they're probably constantly counting down, unless I forget them. So for example, that's the torpedo spread, which deals nice kinetic damage that Borg don't like. Can also, I also have the beam overload on occasionally. That explosion was one of my mines. Beam overload just turned it on again, so there will, yeah, like this red one for instance, is like, those beams currently are a little stronger. And that's essentially something you want to do in situations like this. You want to trigger all your tactical officer powers and kind of deal as much damage as you can before they blow up. So those are just mines. But they're mine. Also there. I wonder if it helps that they're biomolecular mines, so that's like Undine style mines, so species 8472. Noor, I think, yeah, I guess you could join in, sure. I'm not sure if you can get in the middle of this one, but if I don't talk too much and pay a little attention, I might be able to destroy that sphere after all. So that was the phaser lotus that this ship has. So that's like the special yellow shots. now I just turn on my... Let's see if it triggers. So certain weapons only fire out the front or something. Okay, here, that was... these little shots was my cannon. And the ability I triggered for that was the... what is it? Like high-speed cannon or something. Okay, I got it. So one last one left. So now gotta get this one. So by the way, the general idea when you're shooting at enemies in this game is use phaser beams to whittle down the shields, and then usually torpedoes are stronger, but some people just put so many phaser beams on their ship that they're causing enough damage with those just by the sheer number of individual little pinpricks that that they don't need to have torpedoes to actually cause the damage. So, I mean, on this ship, I don't have enough good phaser beams yet, or good generally beams. I think most of my beams right now are disruptors, actually. Okay, so you see he has pretty much only beams, but really good ones, Gem. Or she, actually, because the character Gem is actually a... Okay, let's continue and beam down. Okay, so we've teamed up now. So let's find the research team. Oh, I should probably check if I have a better weapon. Let me just quickly check. I think I actually have anti-Borg weapons, come to think of it. So let's see. This one is for 134. That looks good. Okay, so, and Alyssa also gets something. Should have thought of that before. Okay. And Sarva. Let's see what you get. Okay, I think that should be better than... Anti-Borg weapons are the kinds of weapons that deal plasma damage as well. Okay, so we missed a bit, so yeah, we're helping find the other people here. And here it's actually assimilating the planet. Sticking its arms in and stuff. Defeat Borg, they're coming down here. Should I? Here. And here these weapons actually work a lot better. So that's... yeah. I guess, don't forget to rotate my shield. There's actually an item that you can get later. Okay, beam some people up, yeah. There's actually a consumable item that you can get, so...
Thanks for the rescue. My name is Dr. Eric Cooper. My team and I were researching the Borg nanovirus. It's fascinating. The Borg have been using it to assimilate entire planets. The land, the buildings.
Yeah,
we cannot allow the Borg to continue.
Resistance? Yeah, come along. And help us blow this thing up. Or rather, get into that city so we can get the data. So in general, if you have kinetic weapons... Okay, that was a waste of a perfectly good orbital strike. Let's push that button because I need that Delta data. That's special for a Delta recruit. So you won't have that if you're a different character. Fortunate, imagine what would happen if the Borg actually acquired. The Borg have extensive records on the Iconians, but they keep linking them to Omega molecules. I don't know if you've had a full briefing on Omega, but Omega molecules are extremely powerful and extremely unstable. They could be used to power something massive, but if mishandled, they could cause a disaster that would devastate a quadrant. And if the Iconians know how to control them, we could be in even more trouble than we thought. Okay, so let's continue fighting here, but at least we have our special Delta info. Okay, they've adapted. So I guess I need to rotate again. And I can also... It's kind of a pulse wave assault, or like one of the slower weapons, would probably be better here. For the simple reason... No, I guess I don't have to do the Borg data again. So, where is... Speak to Dr. Cooper. Where is Dr. Cooper? Oh, over there, okay. Somehow missed him.
I've overridden the force fields, but the Borg detected the intrusion into their systems. They'll know you're coming.
Stay here and drop the force fields and we'll do the rest. That's fine. So now we have to walk over there. So the best weapon against the Borg is apparently a... Oh, okay, it's behind that thing, okay. Is a shotgun that you can get as a special reward. I think here is, yeah. Initiate data transfer. Okay. The Borg. So I have to get away. So, if you're wondering where I got these anti-Borg weapons, as you level up in the reputation, you usually get stuff. But I think you also get them on some missions as loot drops a little bit before that. Or if not, just try to find any weapons that... I mean, at worst, you can use your... you can use a bat'leth or sword or something. That will also work. Where are these shots coming from? Over there. You see, it's kind of inconsistent. Oops, I picked a fight with someone I wouldn't have had to. Okay, data download complete, so I guess we have to get somewhere. Where do we have to get? Somewhere over there, okay. And that was an orbital strike, though not by me. And that's an earthquake that Gem really seems to love. Okay, the orbital strike came from our ship, right? Special thing here. If I'm as an engineer, I can actually do orbital strikes myself, so I could just trigger one. Whoops. Oh no. There are Undine. So that's species 8472 for those of you who only know the show. Okay, Nova Katze, thanks for watching. I'll see you again. Okay, so we
I
have
need
to
you
go
back
somewhere
here.
there.
Undine troops are beaming down. They're focusing on the Borg, but they'll find me soon.
Okay, let's see if we can run past. Don't really have to get involved in any of this. Right? Everyone there? Okay, I guess we'll have to... Oh, no. They're being telekinetic, that's not nice. Oh, I might die soon. I guess I'm not dead, that's good. Let's see how my officers are doing. They're kind of dead, that's not good. Anti-Undine weapons should really be... Okay. Sometimes a strategic retreat is actually useful in this game, because your shields will heal and things.
It looked like the Borg just abducted that Undine. But that's pointless. Undine can't be assimilated. Unless... the Borg must believe they have found a way to assimilate the Undine.
Okay, then I guess we get back to the beam out point. Whee! All done. Everyone sort of safe. And out. Undine ship, so pursue the Borg sphere. No, they've gone. I didn't even get a shot at them. Oops. So the Undine just blow up the planet. The Borg sphere has gone to warp, sir. Followed by an Undine ship. I was able to isolate the warp signature. We should report back to Starfleet. Okay. So I guess we're done. Okay, so turn in that mission. We recovered much of the data, and with the planet now destroyed, hopefully the Borg did not have the ability to adapt to it. The Borg will adapt in time, of course. We must stay one step ahead of them. Okay, and now we get an armor. Let's see, 40 all energy, 54 all energy, 27... 27, so I think... Or was the 54 all energy here? Energy dampening. I guess I'll take that armor. There's another mission, I guess. NGC something or other. Oh, that's the Undine level, I think. I don't know if it's good or bad that actually most of the Borg arc is actually Undine. Oh, is it 4447? Okay. Because if yeah, because on one hand it means that I'm still scared of the Borg, because I've had like 3 run-ins with them and almost died a couple of times, you know. Okay, the alternative would be, that of course I've prepared myself for Borg now, and now I'm fighting Undine. Which I guess I could probably cheat again, because I think Undine Reputation I've finished as well. Well, it's... yeah, I mean, it's nearly half the missions are actually Undine-ish. Okay, so let's start. Only 2 missions to go. Detecting wreckage of an Undine ship. Scan debris. Confirmed, wreckage matches the one we found. Okay, defeat the Borg sphere and accompanying Borg vessels. Up there. Maybe I shouldn't quite go at them that quickly. By the way, one suggestion that you learn early in the tutorial is that you should fire sideways with your beam weapons at Borg ships, which gives you, you know, the front and the back beams. Oh, Jem seems to be slightly struggling with this ship as well. Not enough to actually be a problem, but still. Okay, what are we supposed to do now? Defeat reinforcements. Well, where are the reinforcements? Ah, back there. Okay. I think we fought the reinforcements once, or what? No, the cube is the reinforcement, right? Before that it just said sphere. And it's got me. Yeah, see, that's what happens. Like, shields are already almost down. It's nice to see that Borg aren't the... I'm not the only one who has problems with Borg. Miss my Kobali shield capacitor that I have on the other ship right now. To figure out where I got that. It's breaking combat, really? Follow the Borg. Okay, I guess shooting at it doesn't really help anymore. So what? Where is it going? Can I turn off? I want to see where you're going. Okay, so where are you breaking combat? So let's click somewhere else. Follow the Borg. Where are we supposed to follow? Lead so we can follow. Oh, no, okay. Rifts. It flew. I guess that's one of those team bugs. Okay, so we're supposed to fly somewhere back there. because someone's already fighting there. So there's Borg and Undine there fighting, and I think the Undine are going... I like fighting Undine better. They die more easily. Although I guess the smarter idea would probably be to blow up the Borg first while the Undine are still helping me, and then shoot at the Undine. That was a little weird that it took so long to get me the message. Okay, another enemy somewhere over there. Oh, that's the cube. Okay, so I think we've got them all. Borg, 1 of 2. Oh, more Borg over there. Okay, there's a Borg ship reappearing. The Borg brought an Undine vessel to our dimension. They must have some purpose for it. They may have even adapted. Okay, stop the Borg from escaping with the Undine ship. Where is it? I guess over there. Oops. Borg cube to investigate. I guess we don't even have to blow up anything anymore. Borg vessel. Yeah, team missions are sometimes a little confusing because something can already be done, and then explore the cube and locate the Undine. Oh right, I think... oh, no, not here. Oh, that reminds me, I probably have the nanite thing as well. I should probably put it in my tray. Okay. Medical nanite cloud. Okay, I think that's it. By the way, that adapted, only I see that. And that means, so if you see adapted, it's not whoever else is shooting. Oh, okay, you've already done 2. So I guess I'll go to this. So we'll have to switch the things at the corner. Oh, and there's Iconian tech to gather as well. So I'll have to figure out where that is. Where is... I think I saw something a second ago. Ah, here is my Iconian tech. Okay, recover that. Quantum scans show this device was recovered in fluidic space, which proves the Iconians have been here too. The Borg have been making incursions into fluidic space for decades. They've tried to assimilate Undine before, but this is the first time they've come close to succeeding. Normally, the Undine's natural defenses fight off the nanoprobes. We'll have to look into this further. Perhaps the Borg and Iconian technology improve their assimilation process. Wrong button. Okay. So, did we trigger all of them? No, the first one is still missing, I guess. Or is that the exit that it's showing now? No, that one's still missing. Okay. So now we can unlock the force field and then we can get out. No, wait, that's where we came from, right? Where is it? Where'd the exit go? Ah, over there. Sorry, dope. Detecting Undine life signs, but something appears wrong. Well, you can guess what happened. Oops. Almost did not quite hit the wrong button and nearly triggered an orbital strike. That wasn't quite the intention. It's always funny, it's like you can be like shooting forever and then suddenly they don't adapt, and then you have like times where they adapt like 3 times in a row. And I think that's when you get the bigger can't let them live like this. Convincing clobbering. Oh, it fell down. Poor Whittleborg. What does this one do again? Let me just check. Temporal flux. Time shift. While time shift gain immunity to all damage, cannot use other abilities. Oh, that's an oops. I think I shouldn't have picked a fight with those people, but I guess I'll just do. That happened to me previously. Seems familiar. Okay. As long as I'm not dying, I think I should be good. Our bridge officers are still there? Okay. Now we gotta go up here somewhere and... No, actually somewhere. Examine body. The impossible. Isn't that a nice accolade? And at this point, I used to die and respawn outside, and then I couldn't trigger the devices inside, and so the level was pretty much screwed. Oh, my bridge officers? Okay, they're still there. Good. And now we'll have fun. Because there is one honking, huge Undine. And even better... Oh, I guess I'm susceptible because I'm a Trill? No, not really. Oops. Okay, now you get an orbital strike. No, 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 don't run away. That's annoying. But I guess we got him anyway. With earthquakes and stuff. Okay. Where are we? Oh, they've adapted. Okay, they've burned already. That's good, I guess. Again. At least they can't adapt to cold, but do you like them short? Do you like them tall? Do you like them whatever? We like them all. Woo. Overload vinculum. Isn't that nice? We're blowing up their beds. Okay. The cube seems to be reactivating, so we probably want to go. Whee! Hi, PC Pete. How's it going? We're just getting rid of some Borg. Okay, the Borg haven't sent their findings, so let's blow them up before they blow us up, which I guess will happen soon. If I don't, well, I guess Gem is already pretty much blowing it up. Yeah, so... The Undine destroyed the Borg cube before we had a chance. Okay. Return to sector space. And after this, I think we have one more mission, and then we would be through the Borg advance. It's not a long thingy. Okay. Let's report to... Well, yeah, it would have been horrible if the Borg had succeeded. Oh, right, and now we can get Borg prosthetic gun. That's a nice one. Okay, fluid dynamics, so we have to fly in there now. let's see. CUDA system. Isn't that a graphics card thingy? I've programmed OpenGL stuff, so I know that it's more than just a thingy, but just let me be imprecise for once, okay? I'm not at work. What are these emotes? Cute kitties with helmets. I guess that's an anime or game that I'm not really familiar with, but it looks cute, PC Pete. Yeah, I'm doing pretty good. I stayed up a little too late last night, which means at work today was a little harder than usual. But apart from that, it was fine. So now I'll do this mission with Jem's help, and then we're through. Yay!
Welcome to the CUDA system. I am Admiral Tuvok of the USS Voyager. I will provide tactical assistance on this mission.
It's a privilege, Admiral. I studied the exploits of Voyager at Starfleet
Thank you.
Academy.
Your meteoric rise through the ranks is well known to me as well. Sensors indicate the division
charmer.
between normal and fluidic space is thinner here, making crossing much easier. The Undine have used this location in the past. We will use it now. The majority of the fleet will remain here to protect this area. Our team will enter fluidic space, locate, and then survey the Borg presence there. If possible, we will destroy it. When you are ready, Voyager will open the Singularity.
Open the Singularity, Admiral Tuvok. Nope, wrong button. Ah! Barely managed, but okay. It's always hard when you're kind of not looking at the keyboard, then sometimes
we
you
have
end
made a
up
successful transition into fluidic space. Unlike our own, this dimension is filled with an organic fluid. The main indigenous life form is species 8472. Sensors are detecting a Borg signature nearby. Your vessel will take the lead in the investigation. We will follow.
Acknowledged. We'll take the lead and find the source of the signal. Sir, we're being affected by a wave-like current in fluidic space, which is causing our ship to move involuntarily. I wish we had more time to study the phenomenon. Okay, so I guess we just fly in the right direction. And there's... oh yeah, there it is. It's some kind of Borg device, sir. I recommend we approach and take a closer look. Scans indicate that this is an interplexing beacon. The warp must not be able... so it's an amplifier for their broadcast signals. Locate and scan the next one. Set course for the next beacon. Yeah, I guess I'll have to go backwards for a little moment. And there it is, and also Jem is already ahead of us. Come on. You can be faster, I know you, ship. Data acquired. Oops, what did my inventory? Oh. Because of trading? What do we want to trade? Okay, next beacon. I guess I can close my inventory. I don't quite get that. Admiral, this beacon appears to be picking up his transmission. Okay, source of the signal.
We've been examining the data on the interplexing beacons, and we believe we may have discovered a vulnerability in the Borg subspace carrier wave technology. If it's acceptable to you, I would like the Venture to remain here and run some tests while you investigate the signal. We may not get another opportunity.
That is acceptable. We will investigate the signal with the Venture remains here. Well, PC Pete, I'm sad that about that sad incident at work you mentioned. So I hope you're feeling better now.
This landmass is unique in fluidic space. It is not a planet by Starfleet definitions. If I had to categorize it, I would say it is similar to the coral reefs found in Earth's oceans. The ground itself is a framework for living creatures.
Cool.
Fascinating. We are detecting a number of ships in the area. Starfleet, Klingon Defense Force, Romulan Republic, even Ferengi and Cardassian. Most species from the Alpha and Beta quadrants appear to be represented.
Yeah, I don't really get to play that much with other people, PC Pete, but well, mostly on the stream actually. I have a few friends who occasionally play with me, but there's not that many that know Star Trek Online. Okay, so Jem was ahead of us and already examined these, and we found out, oh, they were stuff that the Iconians built, apparently, and that just looks like Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships. Distress call from the Venture.
Captain Simmons to Voyager. The Borg are here.
Okay, so let's get back. Where's the Venture? There's at least one ally. Escape pods, okay. Okay. I guess the thing is, you can't really stop here as easily as you usually would. Oh, what's going on? A second ago I saw them. Locate and scan next. Oh, okay, so I guess someone got them. Oops. I guess instead of stopping the ship, I got... Ah, crap. I hit the wrong key and okay, Jem helped out. Should give us the information we need. Now we need to find the final one. It's a little silly when you hit the wrong button and then I guess Jem is there already. And so I opened the transwarp window by accident. Okay, yeah. Like now. Coordinates of the Borg fleet. We're very close. Shields up. Proceed with caution. And over there they are.
The Borg presence is much larger than we anticipated. Nevertheless, our orders are to remove as much of it as possible. Voyager will follow your lead.
We go in.
Is that a Borg Unimatrix? It's enormous!
I admit that it is an impressive structure.
Probably try not to be blown up. Okay, Jem seems to be doing a lot of damage here. I got blown up by an explosion of a cube. That wasn't quite the intention. We have utmost confidence in your capabilities, Admiral. This mission is of extreme importance. I hit the wrong button. Yeah, yeah, that's sort of me, yeah, I guess. Which is why I always find it so silly that they go like, oh, and I know you're just the right person, you're so good. And I'm going like, I blew up 15 times with my first Borg cube. Oops. Hello? Why don't I... Ah, now it goes down. That was weird. Ah, crap, what is my ship doing? I guess it's the Undine fog thing. Let's take that cube that is stuck there and blow it up. Sitting ducks are always the best targets.
The diamond is jamming our deflector arrays. We must destroy it before we can retreat.
Diamond must be someone over there. Diamonds are a Borg Queen's best friends. Where is Diamond? Please to be... oh, down there. Okay. Please to be shot. Let's try to at least all stay on the same side. Constantly hitting that stupid transwarp button. Should just make map T and R to the same key. Let's see if we can do that phaser lotus thing one more time.
Opening singularity now. I recommend an immediate withdrawal.
That wasn't too smart. Okay, so there's a singularity somewhere over there. I'm flying by map now. Where is it? Somewhere there. Ah. Over there. Kind of unusual to be... Hey! Keyboard trigger didn't work. What tornado? I'm not quite sure what tornado you mean, PC Pete. Yeah, that ship is the... at least mine, you mean? Or which ship? My ship is the 1000-day Veterans Reward ship. Not that I've done 1000 days, but it's that one, the Manticore. I painted it hot rod pink, though.
Starfleet Command immediately. We thought that the Undine were responding to a Borg incursion into their space. But it now appears that the Iconians, or some entity posing as them, has created false Alpha and Beta Quadrant ships and sent them into fluidic space. Clearly, the Undine attacked us because they thought we attacked them first.
Starting with the bad news, I see.
There is some good news. The spread of the Borg nanovirus has halted, and thanks to the Doctor's research, we should be able to prevent future planets from being assimilated in this manner. The Borg will adapt in time, but we have also stopped them from transmitting the technique for Undine assimilation to the collective. It is possible they could learn how to do so again. We will need to remain vigilant.
What about the Borg in fluidic space?
The Borg in fluidic space were forced to retreat, and logic suggests it will be quite some time before they trouble the Undine again. The end of the Borg attacks in their home might stop the Undine advance into our space. But if the Iconians continued to trick Species 8472 with false incursions, they could decide to invade ours in retaliation.
What happens now?
Voyager will take Dr. Cooper and the other survivors back to Earth. I suggest that we all confer with our fleet commanders to determine the next course of action. We have not seen the last of the Undine.
Understood. Until next time, Admiral. Yeah, it's a fun mission, really. Sadly, it's the last one in that row with the Borg and Undine. But there's other opportunities. There's like a really nice Borg queue that you can later play. So, that's really cool. Are you ready to depart the system? Yes. Let's do that. So now I think I should be done with the Borg Advance arc. Once I've turned this one in. We may not have been able to remove the Borg presence from fluidic space, but it looks like the Undine will. Hopefully this will end their aggressiveness. However, if your reports of false flag ships in fluidic space, I find your reports troubling. If the Iconians are trying to trick the Undine into believing that we're invading their space, it could explain everything that's happened. Unfortunately, it only means that the Undine may be prompted into an invasion of their own, and if that happens, our entire dimension will be at risk. Okay, let's see, anti-proton, well, it's a beam array, so let's get that one. Now, okay, and now the next stuff would be Defera, but we'll do that in another time. So, thank you, New Router, for playing along. Now I'll have to turn in and go to bed, because otherwise tomorrow will be even worse than today, because I'm already tired. So, thanks, and bye-bye. So if you want to play these or the next missions with me next time, so these missions were level 47 minimum. No, wait, 45 minimum. So the next ones are level 47 minimum. There are also 5 missions, and they're kind of fun as well. I like the Breen missions. So that's probably what I'll play tomorrow. And I think then I'll have done everything that I have to have done as a Delta recruit. Let's just look in our inventory on the Tesseract communications thingy. So we've got 2 more bits of information for which we can claim stuff. And in cold storage there will be another one, which is probably the last one. Yeah, that's the last one of the Breen invasion arc. So once we've done that, we've done everything in information collecting, and I've already collected all Iconian tech. And then I'll get a paradox connector, I guess. Oh, and I can claim a temporal negotiator. Well, I'll claim these later, I think. But, yeah. Some fun things to get if you're a Delta recruit. And I really hope they do something like Delta recruits again soon. You know, it's nice to encourage people to create new accounts and to play more, and it's also fun for people who already have characters, because you can unlock the same items on other characters. So, Yeah. So, Nurur, I won't be completing the Breen arc tonight. Hopefully, maybe tomorrow or whatever. I'll see how awake I am. I mean, with your help, it'll probably be very quickly tomorrow. So thanks for that. And if anyone else wants to play along, we can team. And usually you can have more than 2 people in a team. So it'll just change, I think, the number of bridge officers we can take along or something. And also, if you want to team up on some other missions once this Delta Recruit stuff is done, you know, I'll probably go back to playing a little bit of the Solanae Dyson Sphere again, and other spots like that. Ah, so you have this new ship that you were leveling up, so that's good. Let us... Oops. I really need to learn how to fly a spaceship one day. Okay, let's see if we can somehow... No, we can't really close up. I guess I'll have to fly closer. The nice thing is that I have the turn rate pumped up on most of these ships. Okay, what? Why is it going backwards? Okay. Okay. Oh, nice ship. No complaints for me. Yeah, I'm actually... This ship is the Manticore, and before on this character I still had the Chimera. I'm actually doing all the starship traits again as well on this one. And I mean, I'm already up to level 3, which I guess is nice. But of course the weapon system synergy is sorely missed. And enhanced weapon systems, more kinetic damage. That would have been good against Borg. So yeah, you slowly get there. But yeah, that's the nice thing, you know, you might be getting a little better at the game, but also your items just, you know, like, are... Well, essentially, you know, like, critical chance essentially means that even when your ship is pointed, when you've targeted the right item and are shooting, there is a random number applied to how much damage you can cause. And this random, the odds of this random number being positive are getting better and better the more your character and your ships level up, and the better your weapons are. Yeah, I'm glad that you don't have to parallel park spaceships in this game. There is, I think it was it Elite? Where you actually have to land, like the original Elite, where you actually have to land your spaceship on a space station. And I think it's like a rotating disc, and you have to land on it and like hit the brakes at the right time, otherwise you'll blow up. So you did like missions, picked up stuff, then tried to land on the spaceship and blew up like at the last second before you could actually sell off your stuff. So that wouldn't be a game for me, no. I'm not very good at many games, at most games, but I'm even worse at like racing games and flying games, and the ones where you just run around or something. I usually sort of manage. Yeah, I guess the current Elite. I haven't played the current Elite yet, actually, although it's like on my list of things to try once I've played the games that I absolutely want to finish first. which currently, I mean, Star Trek Online, I won't stop playing that, so that's not, you never finish Star Trek Online. But I'm still stuck at the final boss fight of Saints Row 4. So I have to get back to that at some point and do a few more tries. And of course, some of you may have seen the streams. A while ago, I played Mass Effect 1, so the original, on the weekends. So I'll still have to finish those, and maybe then I'll see and spend money on Elite. But Elite is the kind of game where I probably won't be good enough for it to actually be fun. It will more like, hey, let's explore how this works. Okay, this is the basic principle, and just to have seen it once, and then I will probably just stop playing it at some point. At least that's what I estimate. I mean, like, I play Star Trek Online for the ground stuff, so you can kind of guess what a horrible person I must be. Okay, so, but that's it for tonight. Bedtime for me. So everyone out there, if it's the right time, sleep tight and don't let the bedbugs bite. Unless you're, like, driving right now or something, then of course I don't want you to fall asleep. Although you shouldn't be watching Twitch streams if you're driving right now. Probably can't even. I don't know how the internet connection, even LTE, will probably not keep up with the way providers throttle people. So anyway, have fun. Play a little Star Trek Online for me while I'll be happily sleeping. Oh, PC Pete, World of Warcraft and me just don't seem to get along. I constantly have I've made several attempts at getting into World of Warcraft, and there was always something why it didn't work. It was just like, like the mission giver didn't show up, and I always run into the weirdest bug. Or once recently, there's this starting mission of, I think it's the elves or something, where you go into a cave and are supposed to kill a spider. And there were like 3 people with like crossbows and level 40 or whatever above me, sitting there, and just as soon as the spider spawned, just riddling it with arrows so it was dead before I could get even a swing in. So the problem was I just couldn't complete my mission objective because they were sitting there and trolling the newbies, essentially. And so constantly stuff like that happens to me on World of Warcraft. So it's very, very unlikely that I'll get into World of Warcraft anytime soon. Because I've made so many tries, and every time it just went horribly wrong. But who knows? Maybe one day I'll give it another try, and it will work out. I don't know. Yeah, the problem with playing World of Warcraft later stuff is that you have to pay for the later stuff. You do not have to pay for the early stuff, and usually I like to try a game first, see if I'm interested, and then I happily pay for it and play it more. And so far, the beginning stuff of World of Warcraft has just been essentially boring, so boring to me that I don't know, it's not quite my cup of tea, I think. At least in games, well, actually, probably in most of it, but I mean, I'm not, I love fantasy, there's some things, but generally I'm more into urban fantasy and sci-fi than into sword and sorcery stuff. And so it just didn't quite catch me. Although the wolves, what is it, Worgen tutorial was kind of fun, and that felt kind of good. So that would probably be the next thing I would try if I tried it again. But you know, like, I already have one, well, several MMOs. I have this one, I have Defiance that I play, well, not that much, but frequently and you know, like, periodically. Like, there's always, like, once a week or something, I do a quick Defiance mission or something, and so yeah, I'm not sure if I should, you know, like, I'm afraid if I actually got into World of Warcraft, I might just, you know, I might just disappear down that rabbit hole, so I'm not sure if I, and it, you know, all that, there's like a combination of, I'm not quite sure if it's a good idea to get into that, given how much time I sink into Star Trek Online, and then it's, it keeps going wrong for me, and half the missions seem to be very imprecisely described, so that I just had no idea what to do, and all that combines into, I don't know, maybe I'll try World of Warcraft again sometime, but short term it doesn't really look like it. And I have a good friend who used to be a World of Warcraft fiend, and he still has his character, but he just had to stop because it was so addictive. So he's tried to, like, show me the game and kind of teach me, and I can see that people might like it, but it's just, I don't know, somehow it doesn't seem to work out for me. Yeah, I mean, if I do it, I'll probably, you know, at least do it as an experiment on the stream. Oh, I also forgot to mention that, of course, I also recently played a little bit of Star Wars: The Old Republic, so that's also a game into which I can sink a lot of time. And, you know, Star Wars: The Old Republic kind of seems to be more my style. Like, it's, again, it's sci-fi, and hey, Star Wars is nice. You know, I watched all 3 movies. And where was I? Yeah, and it kind of has some similarities, at least superficial, to World of Warcraft, but it doesn't have most of the annoyances. It still feels like, at least the early parts of World of Warcraft that I played, they feel a little old. And, not very old, you know, but just a little bit. And so, and that, and Star Wars: The Old Republic and World of Warcraft both kind of have this slightly old and slightly cartoonish style. And so, for me, kind of, I'm probably gonna try to finish, or at least to get a little further in the Old Republic before I'll try World of Warcraft. Just because it seems to be more intriguing as a game. But really, you know, like, I like all those games, and I might get back to it as time permits. It's just, you know, 24 hours in a day, and 9 of those are already, you know, like, work. Well, work and lunch. So, yeah, there's that. But great to have you people in the chat, and great to have been able to at least answer a few small questions. And we'll see. Yeah, raids don't, I don't know, big raids don't seem to be quite as big on Star Trek Online, I have the impression. So I think I would kind of, just since I'm very familiar with Star Trek Online now, and so kind of feel like doing stupid things, I would probably first try to do more stuff with within Star Trek Online. You know, like, I've recently occasionally played a few small, you know, like, advanced queues, and, you know, like, elite queues sound like fun, so you might see me trying one of those for the first time on this stream one day. Who knows? And of course, missions, because they're fun. Also, the Romulan missions I recently, the Klingon missions I recently played. There's some of them are quite similar to the ones that the Federation has, but there's always the odd surprise in there, where there's like that one mission they completely replaced with a different one because it just wouldn't have worked, or there's this, yeah, it's just some of them feel very different, which is really nice. So there will be so I have this Klingon character that I've also leveled up on this stream a little bit, and I might do more of that. We'll see. Okay, but now I've talked 10 minutes since I've said that I'm gonna stop the stream. So thanks and bye-bye, and have fun and live long and prosper and all that stuff, you know.